Hello. We're gonna play a little bit more of this tonight. I want to see what, like, at least some of the side quests do. Uh, but I have to make a new Emunan soon, so I'm looking through here to see what I need to back up. Yeah, I haven't been really playing anything else in Emunan, so everything else is backed up by the Switch Online thing. Just want to make sure I don't lose anything. So when you make a new Emunan, the saves go kaput. You gotta back them up before you delete it. You should back this up too. 50 hours. Definitely played that a lot. Let's back that up too. It's got everything in here, and all the demos and stuff I played. I haven't even touched these games. Well, I got two backups of that, so I can put that on emulator later or something. I think that's pretty much it. Pretty much everything else I play on real hardware. I'll back that up too. All right. Yeah, I think we're good. I think that's all. All right. Let's see what else I got on here actually. Overclocking. Yeah, this game is not in a good state at all. It's, it's in a very bad state. Uh, I wish I could like copy my save so I could see what New Game Plus is like, but they don't let you do that. I don't want to go to New Game Plus yet.
I guess.
There's like no information of it on the internet, at least not in English. A lot of Japanese players are playing it. Ironically, they seem to like the Gaijin Kunio games. They seem to like them. I mean, Kunio has been using the same sprites for like 30 years, so imagine the people that even know what Kunio is probably like this just on the basis of that. It's not the same damn thing. Uh, Alright, so let me see what side quest I got left. So I can always put this as a save on emulator when I get my computer upgraded. Let me check Twitter here. It backs it up to the card. It backs it up to the card, and then you can put it wherever you want. That's what I just did. You just saw me do that. Let me see. What was I the closest to doing? Let's see what these guys have. Ling Tong here is, like the best. It's like the best assist I found. He does that. That's not too useful. Generally, you want something that keeps him in the air. Let's see what this one does. He does the freaking knee bash. What's this one? Got all the Arnolds here. I don't understand what the difference is between some of them. Yeah, this guy is really good too. He does like that flame kick. This guy basically is just Ling Tong. Nunchaku, and he does flame kicks. He pretty much just is Ling Tong. I think both of them is actually pretty good. Let's run that for a while. Yeah, I think the Japanese fans are getting tired of their domestic Kunio games. I think they're getting really sick of them. I don't blame them. They're not bad games, it's just... you'd think after 30 years they would try to move things forward a little bit, instead of using the same sprites. Let's see. I'll warm up here. think I'm adequately warmed up. Let's go do some side quests. I should probably spend some money first, actually, because I got a lot of money right now. And you die in this game, you lose money, so, you gotta treat this game like real life. You don't walk around with $900 in your wallet, right? It's stupid to do that. It makes you a target. Well, this game, mirrors real life. Don't walk around with that much money. I mean, at this point, I don't have much left to buy, so... I think I'll go and grab some of the accessories. That's a sauna. I don't need that right now.
Oh, hey, look what
Sure, we'll take the
Come on back anytime
special
and feel
bar.
the rundown, huh? I'll get you pumped up.
I like the Three Kingdoms game, but it had some really stupid design. There was a lot I didn't like about it. This game is mostly better. It's got the same problem though, like really overbearing backtracking for like no reason. Game felt like it kind of blew its load early. Alright, I'm on to something here. There's got to be something up here. Can I get up there this way? Let me see. Nah. Alright. Wow, there was nothing up there. I feel cheated. I already bought everything from there. Yeah, see, that's why I don't walk around with money. You get killed really fast. Alright, I'm not seeing anything here. Take a couch. I should buy the rest of his grabs, maybe I'll just go do that. Let's see here. I don't know if I clean this place out yet.
Buy something or get out. Sure. Alright.
Alright.
See you later. Or not, whatever.
Got some cash? Good. Yup.
Make store items cheaper. That's way too expensive.
See you around.
By the time you get that, there's probably not going to be a whole lot left to buy. Luckily, this game, money is more useful than a lot of other video games where it gets useless really fast. You always need to buy food. Food can be more important than other things. How do I get up there? Probably not going to find all the cats without a guide, though. Get up here. Momentum. He won't stand on that. There's no collision. Well, there's your gold sink right there. Could carry 10 full heals.
Goodbye.
I'm not looking for that right now. I'm just trying to get all the accessories. How many do I have? There's like 50 something. Yeah, I'm still missing quite a bit. Let's go buy his grabs. Actually, the other characters can be the mules. Actually, there's a dojo here. Let's go here. I don't think I got everything from here.
Customers, huh? How can I help you? Catch you dudes later. Don't be
Let
strangers.
me go to the... I think I cleared out Plaid the Impaler.
You're safe. From high
Yeah,
places.
Plaid the Impaler is cleared out.
In the name of the law. Just kidding.
I think the Shadow Realm is next door. Very good. Good, store names. Actually, I think you can see... I think there's a place where you can look at what shops you cleaned out. I seem to recall there being one.
Please enter. Let us master the art of breaking faces. Nice move.
All that's left is the table flip. He's got his
Learn
full
attacks
tools.
we've never used.
I don't really use the grabs though. They seem kind of like cool in practice, but maybe I'm just not playing it right.
Enter if ye have wealth, otherwise... Begone! Unders, I really must post a dress code. The customers we get.
Alright.
Good
Oh, I didn't clear this place out. Huh.
Understood. Arigato. I understand. I
There
understand.
we go.
Please have a nice
Homeboy is
day.
pretty much maxed out now. He's got 5 levels left to go, but... what's his stats now? Yeah, damn near maxed out. Except for weapon power. I don't like using the weapons. They're better than most beat-em-ups, but still, like, not fun. Can't come close to, Final Fight 3. That's like the best beat-em-up for actually using weapons. That and Fight Rage. Nobody else has come close. Is there a kitty up there? Kind of wish... One thing I really liked about the Three Kingdoms Kunio game is that they actually had secret moves. I think that's kind of a missed opportunity. The secret shop in this is exactly the same as the first game, so... It just has those accessories. They have, like, major weaknesses, but if you combine them both, you're, like, invincible. You should have had, like, guard cancels or something in there. Pretty lame. Could have done more with it. Especially since they're supposedly taking out the guard cancels. Like, why don't you just make it like an in-game accessory? Whenever the full version comes out, the not broken one, it's gonna have it's not gonna have guard canceling. Like, why don't you just make it an end-game accessory? The loot in this game is a lot better than the first one, that's for sure. I think that's one thing that's objectively better. The loot is pretty interesting, and it's definitely held back by the fact you can only equip 2 of them, but you do get to have more fun with the combat if you use them. It should be up there, I think.
Enter, please. Enjoy my
I
work.
gotta get the stats on these too, but this is $720. I just don't care about weapons. Weapons aren't fun in beat-em-ups. Very rarely. Final Fight 3 being like the biggest exception. Yeah, no, it's pretty boring to just lose your moveset. It's like almost never worth it either. Let's see. I think Provy can probably get over there. There's probably something up there. Actually, hold on. I think he can do it with his aerial heavy. Let's see. Let's test a theory here. Sure can. There's a lightsaber up here. That's kind of disappointing. I hope there'd be a shop up there or something. Weapons are booty. I don't like them. Yeah, I don't get why there's not more beat-em-ups with weapons actually worth picking up. That was what was cool about Sifu. Sifu, you kind of have to unlearn beat-em-up habits of, like, never pick up the weapons because they suck and they take your moveset away and they're not good enough to warrant doing that. Sifu, the weapons are, like, really good. That was what I struggled with in that game, is I just never picked up the weapons out of habit, because they're bad in like 95% of beat-em-ups. But no, in Sifu they're really good. Pretty much all the melee weapons are Might play some of that tonight if I get tired of this item hunt. Especially since I'm doing this with no guide. I gotta get that photo op one too. I don't know where that is either. Are they really making a Sifu movie? Why? I mean, I guess it has a chance to be better than most video game movies. Just because there's, like, not really much story in that game. There's, like, barely any dialogue. There's, like, pretty much no story.
You were tough. It was your destiny. I see you will return.
I guess it gives them a lot to work with. Won't be like most
Remain safe.
game adaptations like the Mario movie where people get really heated over it. Especially because Mario just sounds like a regular guy. He doesn't even sound like he's Italian anymore. Like, they won't have that problem with the Sifu movie, I guess. I mean, the character barely talks. Story is pretty much just go beat up the guys that fucked up your family. That's it. The end. And then you learn to... There's the alternate ending where you learn to not kill everybody. And then you come back. That's it. That's the entire story. Just hope they don't try to make it into something more than that. You got a good vehicle to make a good 90 minutes of fight scenes. There's not really anything else needed than that. It's not the best source material for trying to make like this deep philosophical plot. There's barely anything to work with. It's pretty much just like don't let revenge take you over. That's it. There's nothing else to it. I will say one thing about that game though is there was the little stuff that they wrote for the bosses that humanized them. Like I think the first boss, he was jacked up on drugs or something. I guess something traumatic happened to him. I don't remember, but they did a good job at humanizing them, and the reason why it works compared to stuff like Tales of Arise, where they try to make you care about the bosses, but you know, they're irredeemable, is that to get the true ending in that game, you have to not kill everybody. Like, you don't even really get an ending if you kill everybody. The only way to get an ending is to be peaceful and spare them all. So I thought that angle worked quite well. I mean, game didn't really have much of a story to speak of, but that aspect of it was pretty cool. Tales of Arise story was stupid. Like, these guys are trading slaves and literally working people to death. Like, I don't really think they can be redeemable at that point. Like, they're fucking slave traders. Like, I'm sorry. There are certain things you do in life that you can't come back from, and that's one of them. Especially because in that game, the way that it worked was that they would literally work people to death and turn them into energy. So, not just slave trading, but they literally got worked into, like, goop. They turned into, like mercury or something. And the end of the game is like, oh, well, that guy had a dog at home. I'm like, great, I don't care. I don't care. They enslaved an entire race. I don't care if he's got a 2-year-old Pomeranian at home. Like, way too late for that. And they do it in, like, the last 2 hours of the game, too. Like, yeah, great writing. I don't care if he funds an orphanage or something. It's too late. Already crossed that line. Like, it's done. I remember laughing at that when I played that game. Like, are you fucking serious? Like, you're not even getting close to having redeemable villains. You try to pull something like that. They even show you like a pool of like a pool where they put all the people. Like they would send the people to like this area that nobody could go into, and basically they would turn into a puddle. It would turn into like mercury type stuff. And then the game tries to make you feel bad for them. Like, alright, incredible writing. It's the, unfortunately Palpatine came back of the Tales series. I'm pretty sure it wants me to get that, but I can't get over there. I'll worry about this later. What's up, Gro? You're back again? Did you even sleep, dude? You were on for like a full day. I like went to bed watching your stream. You're still fucking on, like... Did you even sleep? Are you human? Dude streamed for like 24 hours. The only thing that got announced was DNF Duel. DNF Duel had like 3 things, and Grand Blue and, what's it called? Dragon Ball FighterZ had nothing. Like, nope, sorry. Fucking Grand Blue, man. I feel bad for the people who like that game. It looks like it's not a bad fighting game at all, but it's like completely tone deaf.
Before I throw it.
Like, Cygames has infinite money. Why can't they get some fans to retrofit, roll back into it? It's not that far-fetched. I mean, that's what ArcSys is doing with Guilty Gear Xrd. I wouldn't be surprised if they have fans doing the Dragon Ball FighterZ rollback too. I don't know if that's been announced, but I know that what's it called? I know that Xrd is done by fans. They're talking on Twitter. No, they supported the game for a while. They did like 2 season passes. They added a bunch of characters. They even updated the RPG mode, I think. It's just that none of it matters because the rollback there's no rollback. So it's the same thing that happened to Samurai Showdown. Samurai Showdown is a good game, but you know, it's not a combo game, so it's harder to play. You know, there are people who could play the horrendous Marvel 3 netcode and still do like infinites and stuff, because they adapted to the lag. It's not impossible to do that, but when it comes to like actually the more reaction-based fighting games like Grand Blue and Samurai Showdown, it's like impossible to play it. You can't adapt. You can't adapt when the netcode is that bad. It's just not possible. We had a pretty good scene for Samurai Showdown here. The problem is that the pandemic hit like a couple months after that game came out, and then everybody stopped. As you know, we were actually responsible here. We didn't have meetups or anything for a long time. No in-person tournaments or gatherings or anything for quite some time. So that game died really fast. I never played it myself. I kind of already predicted that the netcode would be ass cheeks, but it's a shame. That game's getting rollback though on PC, I think, like next month. There was that one guy, what was his name? I think he went by Terry Bogard, and he used to actually show up to, this was in like the peak of Marvel 3. He would actually show up to tournaments, and he was like predominantly an online player. And he could still... He got pretty far. I think he actually placed pretty consistently. But he was an exception. Most people can't do that. Can't like play an underwater netcode, and the other problem is if you do play locally, it messes with your timings because you're making muscle memory for you know, unintended lag, which is why like a lot of the people who are like pro Marvel 3 players in its heyday didn't touch online. It's like legit dangerous to do that. Because you're making muscle memory for garbage netcode. And then you would have to go offline and actually play like actual people and fuck up everything. But yeah, that guy was pretty successful. Maybe he lost his edge when fighting games started to get good netcode again. Get up there. Kitty! basically playing this as a pacifist right now. I'm just trying to finish up stuff. Apparently there's some more secret accessories you can get, and I'm really curious to see what they are.
Hey, welcome back. You bring any food?
Nope.
Dang.
Yeah, he's got his twin brothers there.
Oh, hey. I'm guessing you need someone's face punched in, huh? Yep, I'm still here. Just show me a butt, and I'll go kick it for you.
I like how they're actually different people. I like that. I like how self-aware it was. Beat 'em up enemies have like twin brothers and stuff. There's just a whole family of clones. In this game, they made the other Abobos like actual separate people. I really got a kick out of that. I really like the humor in these games. It's up my alley. I know some might not like it, but I appreciate it. There's plenty of grim, dark, depressing, super serious games to play. It's nice to have a little break from that sometimes. Something that's just fun and doesn't take itself so seriously. This game has a lot of the old techno stuff. Berserker from the Kamba Tribes is in this. Marion is in this. Billy and Jimmy are in this. Sonny is in this. Crash and the Boys, he's in this. Although apparently they have some kind of bullshit rule where they can't make Billy and Jimmy playable. I heard that was a thing. They can't make them playable for some reason, which is a weird stipulation because this game kind of doesn't try to be like a serious entry. It's very laid back game. It's pretty much just like watching a cartoon that doesn't take itself seriously, but for some reason they can't make them playable. That's what I've heard anyway. I don't really understand why, but they're kind of running out of like big characters to put in these games anyway, so it's probably for the better. Yeah, but they barely make Double Dragon anymore. Last one was 4, and 4 sucked. 4 was dreadful, from what I hear anyway. I hear nothing positive about that game ever, so... Double Dragon 4 looked like it was made in a weekend. That's par for the course for Japanese-developed Technos properties, though. They keep making the same thing over and over. They use the same sprites from, like, 87, and then wonder why, like, the games don't sell. It's like, you gotta do a little bit more than that, okay? You can't expect to, like... You can't expect people to, like, just get super excited for something that looks like a NES game. And it's not even that they look like NES games, it's that it's the same sprites from the 80s with, like, barely anything done to them. That's gonna be, like, a very small subset of people that'll be interested in that. And they're mostly gonna be my age or older. It's not a good way to grow a franchise, doing stuff like that. You gotta move forward at some point. It's just how things work. It's just the reality of creating stuff. You can't just use the same sprites forever. That's why I think the Japanese people actually really like these games, because it's actually something new. It's new, it's interesting, it might not be the super serious continuation that you want, but it moves the series forward. Nothing this game does is offensive or anything. It's not like it's a franchise assassination or anything. It's just... we want to make something new with these beloved characters. We don't want to use the same stuff again. The Three Kingdoms Kunio game actually did have a lot of new animation frames for the sprites. They actually did a lot of sprite work on that game, but it's still it's still the same problem though, is that it doesn't look like something that the average like normie gamer would even want to touch. And they keep making Kunio games and they just don't seem to understand that that's the problem. You gotta expand your horizons at some point, like... especially because the people who even know who these characters are all, like, probably older than me, so, like... 40s, maybe even 50s, if they were, like, young when these games came out, like, young adults. You can't, like, just try to farm the same couple people forever. Like, there comes a point where you need to move on. Oh, there's actually some pretty cool stuff in here I didn't get.
That's all.
I'll have to come back in here.
Please look around.
Don't break anything.
Rat the killer.
Careful, careful.
Drop by anytime.
We'll be around.
Who let you? Now get out of here!
I mean, isn't that what happened with Street Fighter 2? No, people remember like actually going to arcades during the height of Street Fighter 2. People were tired of Street Fighter 2. They were tired of... They made like 6 versions of it. People were sick of it. People wanted them to make 3. So they did. But then 3 sucked because it was, it's like Dynasty Warrior 6. They took out, like, almost all the characters and stuff. But people wanted 3 for a long time. People were really sick of Street Fighter 2. Anybody who thinks Street Fighter 3 was highly regarded when it came out, that's revisionist history. Everybody hated that game. It was dead. I never really saw anybody playing it.
Have a look around until we meet again.
Arcade owners were pretty pissed about it. Yeah, but people act like it was always this highly regarded title. It wasn't. It's mostly just Third Strike, but people forget the other 2. The other 2 were not very popular. They're not bad games. But there was a really long wait for Street Fighter 3, and then it came out, it only had 10 characters. Only 10 characters, and they tried to, like, completely scrap everything, which people didn't like. People liked a lot of the other characters too, not just Ryu and Ken. They kind of just torched it all. People didn't like that. Try to get up there. This is why I'm doing this on him, because he has no money. He's got enough money for a Happy Meal in his wallet right now. He's useful for this. Because it takes a percentage. It's percentage based how much it takes. Let's see, maybe I can wall jump. Forgot about that mechanic. I don't want to do this on another character. These guys won't get out of the way. Get the kitty. I think I know how I can do this. He can actually get over there, I think. Frame rate's not helping. Got it. Okay, I need to get Crosstown and Uptown.
Nice to see you.
Each cat rescued makes you stronger. That's perfect for me. I'm a caregiver. Alright. So I'll have to remember Susie's up here. I gotta get two more things up there.
My son directed this game. He's so talented.
Yeah, people just think that Third Strike was like this highly anticipated thing. Is people were just happy that the game didn't suck anymore. Like, Street Fighter 3 was a massive disappointment. This thing I could compare it to would be Dynasty Warriors 6. Where they like tried to do a reboot. They tried to do a reboot, but they took out like most of the stuff that people liked. The characters were gone and stuff. But at the same time, people were really sick of 2, so there was a lot of frustration. You know, back then you couldn't make you couldn't patch stuff. You had to make a new version. So that's, in their defense, that's part of the reason. But obviously, it's because it was crazy popular too. Arcade owners were very happy when a new Street Fighter would come out because print money. What is stuttering Craig? I don't know what that is. So tired of this game's frame rate. Fix it already. And like no patch for this for days. It's not fun playing at like 12 FPS. Sucks balls. Stop making 30 FPS games. It's unacceptable. Sucks. I like this game, but man, this frame rate is just killing the fun. It really is. It feels like playing through mud. I can't believe they released this game in this state. It's asinine. Why is it like this? Can't run a fucking pixel art game. It's too hard for it. Why is it not giving me the secret shop? Why does this drop frames whenever you actually punch something? It feels awful. I'm so tired of the Switch, man. Nintendo sucks. Make a better console already. This thing is an embarrassment. Can't even run this game. I like the Switch, but I hate the hardware. It's garbage. Thing is like 540p, like 20 FPS. Can't even. I have the game overclocked right now, and it still runs like this. Why? Can't enjoy the combat when it's like not even 60. Can't find it. Where is it supposed to be? It's not working. No, don't respawn. Ugh. Why do they come back? This frame rate's giving me a headache. I might have to stop playing this. I'm getting really annoyed. Why does this run like such garbage? It's unacceptable. Fix it already. It's like they don't care. Not even making a statement about the shit state this game is in. Fucking fix it. Hate when I pay for a game full price and it runs like this, or it's buggy and broken and half done. Tired of it.
Please purchase something. Die then.
Well, it doesn't matter. I don't have the money for it right now anyway. I'm just getting frustrated with how annoying this game is to play because it runs like hot dog water.
Initiating shopping experience. Ending program.
Why doesn't Nintendo have better hardware by now? Come on. Hurry up. I'm tired of every game on this platform running like this. And you have to meticulously research everything you buy, because even stuff like this doesn't work properly. It's laggy and choppy. The combat is very fun, but it's not fun when it drops constantly. Feels like your inputs don't always get respected because it's lagging so much. Nintendo would rather just put out another Pokemon game every year, instead of actually making hardware that doesn't suck balls. It's too hard for them. That and the load times are really starting to grind my gears too. So I kind of want to get everything in this game, but I think I'm just going to wait for PC. I'm getting really tired of it. The frame rate's actually starting to give me a headache. I might have to stop. It's too inconsistent. It goes from 60 to like 30 to 20, back to 60. Should fucking give people refunds for this, the state it's in. It's not even a, like, intended build. This is a beta build that they're fucking selling. Full price. They haven't even made a statement. I understand it takes a long time to fix console games. It's not as easy and painless as PC. But at least acknowledge that there's a problem. Like, I don't think that's too entitled. Like, look. We're working on a fix. That's it. That's all that's needed. You're not even getting that with this game. It's just like, nope. The Twitter account for this, for the Japanese Kunio account, is like not even acknowledging that there's a problem. And that's what really fucking gets under my skin. You're selling something that barely works. Fix it and at least tell people that you're working on it. They can't even be bothered to do that. It's been like several business days since this came out. Like, there's no excuse for it. Like, look, our game is broken. We're not going to give you your money back, but we're working on fixing it. That's all I need. I've done enough stuff in the game industry, you know, beta testing and getting review keys and with embargoes and stuff to know that you can't fix this stuff right away. I might tell them to fix it already, but I know realistically that's not something that can happen. At least acknowledge that there's a problem. I think that's all anybody can really ask for, but that's not being done here. I mean, the game is playable from start to finish, but it's not ideal. It's buggy and laggy. It's clearly not the experience that they intended to give people who bought this. And that's the problem. I can't even review this game. I can't. Because I'm playing a dev build right now. I don't have a review key. I don't have any hookups for this at all as of yet. And no hookups whatsoever. I paid for this like everybody else. I'm literally a paid beta tester right now. This is not something that they were ever supposed to be giving to the public. I'm trying to find where that other place is. It must be down there. It's funny because Streets of Rage 4's mobile port was also a beta build for some fucking reason. I don't know how the hell that happens. And then it took them like 2 months to fix it. Like, thanks. Why did you use a beta as your foundation? Like, I don't even know how they even got access to those files, because I was a beta tester on that game. They didn't seem to be aware either. What the fuck, man? You're using a beta I had to sign an embargo to play that build. Hello? Video game? Hello? What? I can't unpause. Speaking of bugs, look at the great state this game is in. I walked in a corner and I'm soft locked. Incredible. I'm scared to save. No, I can't save. Oh great, the game just soft locked. Alright, well that's enough of that for tonight. Jeez, man. Times modern games suck. It's supposed to be like a good thing that we can patch games, but now it's just we're gonna make something that barely fucking works and charge you full price for it. And then maybe we'll fix it later. Like, gee, thanks. I'm stuck with something that barely functions. Thanks. I have no idea how much progress I just lost. It's fine. Maybe I'll just switch over to PC. Maybe I'll go back to official firmware. Honestly, as much as not ideal as it is to play that game right now because of the bugs and stuff, I actually only encountered one bug. I had a bug where I could not get into the boss in Technos. Like, it didn't work. I had to go outside and trigger another voice cutscene, and then I had to go back. Other than that, I had pretty good luck. The game is obviously buggy, and we're not playing a version that was intended to be played by the public. But my playthrough, for what it was worth, it was pretty smooth. I had that one soft lock, but somebody in the Discord helped me get past it. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend buying that game right now, to be honest. It's a good game, but the frame rate sucks, and stuff like that can just happen at random. I've heard of people getting corrupted saves as well, so that was pretty lucky, all things considered. It was a relatively civilized playthrough. I don't know, the load times and the bugs and the frame rate, I think I'm probably just not going to bother with that anymore. Let me go back into it and see how much of it kept. I have my save backed up from today, so if something did happen to it, it's okay. It's nothing I can't recover from. The game is also only using one CPU core. That's why it runs so bad. One CPU core on the Switch of all things, so it's already shitty hardware, but it's not even using the full processor. There's nothing anybody can do about that but the developers. They have to post a build that's like the actual one we're supposed to be playing. So I'm getting to the point where it's like, this is out of my control. I like playing this game. I want to get everything like I did on the first game, but in its current state, I don't know. I'm starting to lose patience with this game. It might be time to just play something else for a while. I just want to see how much progress I lost. Oh, wow. It actually kept most of it, I think.
Sure.
need to find... Let me see if I can... There's like one English-speaking guy that's playing this. I wonder if he's got the locations. I'd like to at least finish that quest tonight. But... Let me see if I can find it. Let's see here. Could probably watch my VOD from yesterday. No, this guy doesn't have much. Okay, I know I could find this. Not many people actually have the full story for this up. I'm just seeing a bunch of clickbait when I try to find stuff on here. Yeah, I don't feel like playing this anymore right now. I'm gonna give it a break. I'm getting really annoyed. If I want to play with the guard cancels, I have my save backed up. I can play it on emulator. The guard cancels are going to be gone when the full version comes out, but I already dumped my copy, so I have no limitations there. I can play that on emulator and do combos and stuff just fine. There's no rush. The game is just frustrating to play right now. It really is. I think it's better I do something else. Let's see what else do I have on here on custom firmware I could play. Yeah, the guard cancels are getting removed. That's what I'm hearing anyway. Somebody will make a mod for it. I don't really care. But right now I'm getting really annoyed playing that game. I need to not play it right now. The frame rate. I start to get headaches when I play games with frame rates that change constantly. I don't think it's really good for me to be playing that right now.
Hey, 俺の出番ってわけかい。超支流、いざ参る。勝利の調べ。
It's some roguelike with a obnoxious anime character, but the game itself is pretty decent. I turned off the voices because I don't like little anime chicks. They drive me nuts. It's a good game though. Play it more later.
囲まれたか。瀬戸に向かわねばならぬというのに。私がいる。ここだ。工夫よ。
さあ、窓。
足が落とされたか。やむをえん。全根一滴敵中を突破する。
すべては座興よ。
です。
Let me see if I can make that run better. Slowed up wonderful reverse NX. Seemed to be running worse than it was before. Maybe I didn't force it into portable mode. Let me see. Ah, there we go. That's why. Alright, it should run a lot better now. Let me see if there's anything else in here I need to force to portable mode. And that's... that as well. Alright, let's try that again. Yeah, it's trying to run at 1080p 60 and the poor processor is not doing too hot, so... I'm looking at Forgo's tier list for EX characters in KOF All-Star. I stopped playing at the Street Fighter collab, and they're all like low tier now. Great power creep. they were like the gods of that game. It was like 7 months ago. That sucking game, man. I'm glad I quit when I did. Power creep in that game is just insane. It's just power creep the game every month.
へえ、俺の出番ってわけだ。
本能寺に
我が最地をお見せしよう。
この戦いで届かなかったかや。あれが光秀を地獄に落とすなんてね。まあいいわ。エゴマも増えたから。未来、私の記憶が確かに。火薬の輸送隊は北西から現れた。西トリデと北西トリデの敵はじゃない。片付けておきましょう。
さあ、とっとと片付けちまうぜ。危ないってな。さすがだな、シュウ。当てろ。私がいい。
そもそも
Are they still good?
封鎖されているのね。あれじゃ輸送隊が来
Oh no, man. I don't regret the time and money I spent on that game. It was fun while it lasted. I enjoyed it. I just couldn't keep up with the power creep. It's just too much.
本能寺に帰るところだった。
Yeah, PGR. PGR, there's the Peak of Combat update is like in a month. I doubt that game's gonna last long though, not with what I've seen so far. I was not expecting them to go to 2.0 in that game like right away. I thought it was gonna be a couple months. But it seems like they're ignoring our feedback. I don't think the relaunch is gonna do them any good. Same thing with that game. I spent a lot on that game too. Regret it. It was fun. Kept me occupied, and there wasn't much else to play, so happy for that. Considered to be wasted money or time or anything. But I can quit games pretty easily. Online games at least.
火薬の輸送完了しました。
さあ、火薬はいくらでもあるわ。兵器を使って敵を蹂躙しましょう。
派手に行こうぜ。 縦に分かれて押しつぶしてやる。
あら、ヨーマも頭を使うのね。行こうか。
I don't know, I posted a big ass wall of text in their official Discord. One of the staff was like, said they were very grateful for that feedback, but then they announced a couple days ago that 2.0 is coming in a month. Like, no, bring the old combat back. Keep the tagging. Bring the old combat back. And everybody would be happy. Because the non-combat improvements they made in that game are really good. Stuff like the pulls not being such garbage. You could spend a lot on that game and get nothing. They fixed that. They fixed the story progression. The levels were like really long for a mobile game. They made it so that you could play them like a little short bursts, which is a really good thing as well, because that game has like a real DMC campaign. There's like bosses and puzzles and stuff. Like it's an actual like DMC campaign, but the problem with it is those levels are like they're as long as an actual DMC game on a home console, which like doesn't work for a mobile game. You know? Much as people don't like to admit it, it's a good thing that their mobile games have like bite-sized gameplay. You know, you can play them on the train or the bus or on lunch break or something and like actually make progress. But, like when you have like half-hour long levels, it's not really feasible to do that anymore. You know, if you want that kind of experience, you need more time, right? You can't play that for like a couple hours, like a couple minutes. Like you need like significant time. It's cool that they fixed that as well. I forgot to mention that in my my videos for that beta, but that was a very good change that they did that. Oh. What's up, Ib? How you doing? go back to official firmware. I have more games on there. I'm in Eminand right now. I don't feel like playing more River City Girls. It's too busted. No, I play that game on real hardware. I used to play on emulator, but I stopped because it just wasn't ideal. And I play all the mobile stuff on real hardware now. I don't use emulators for anything anymore. I have a decent enough phone that can handle it, so... Oh, damn, it's got to re-download these. I guess we're just going to switch back to PC. It's a train wreck stream. I wanted to get more stuff in River City Girls, but the jankiness is starting to really bother me. What else I got on here? Oh. Playing on the phone sucks. Unless you have a controller. You're not wrong. When I do those mobile streams, I don't play anything on the touchscreen. All those games I play on those streams have full controller support, so... The phone is essentially a console that can make calls. But a lot of the bigger games don't have controller support, so they suck balls to play. There's ways you can get around that. I actually have a video about that. Look up if you're interested. But yeah, the mobile games I play are basically just I play them with a consoleized phone. So it's basically like Joy-Con, the controller I have. It's like a better Joy-Con. Yeah, I won't touch anything that doesn't have controller support. There's ways around the games that don't have controller support, but it's a pain. There's lots of problems with the workaround to do that. It's annoying. But DMC has native controller support, PGR does, Otherworld Legends, those are all games I play on my mobile streams. They all have controller support, so they're basically console games. It's just I can get a call while I'm playing them. That's the only difference. Quite literally just console games. The phone basically turns into a console the way I have it set up. Same thing with all those old school games I play, the retro games, those all have controller support. Mobile gaming really sucked for a number of reasons. The first was processing power. It took a while for phones to be able to run good emulators and stuff. And then there weren't really a lot of good telescopic controllers for it either, so... But now none of those things are a problem. The Yakuza, I'm probably not interested. I still haven't finished Lost Judgment. Those games are okay, I'm not a super big fan of them. You get why people like them, but I get kind of overwhelmed with all the stuff you have to do. It's a little bit too much for me. And I get why people like them. Very charming, well-made games, if not the highest budget. They're good games. I get it. Yeah. boss theme in this is incredible. All the music in this game is really good. I had the Xbox version of this. That's right, Akai Katana is like next week. Akai Katana Shin is finally getting a modern re-release. Last one was on the 360. Very excited for that. That's one of the cave shmups I never really got to play much. I'll probably get that on Switch because I can play it on mobile. That seems good. I haven't played that game in a while.
Down. Capcom Fighting Collection. Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo.
Yeah, I never got to play Red Earth, that's why I bought this collection. I never got to play it. CPS3 was not very popular, folks. Don't let anybody tell you it was. That thing was a bomb. Arcade owners hated it because the flagship game was Street Fighter 3, and that game had like none of the characters or anything. Plus, it was a much worse value than the CPS2 because there were barely any games for it. Yeah, arcade owners are not happy with Street Fighter 3. That was probably the first time Capcom let people that were running arcades down. The value was abysmal. It only has like 10 games, and really it only has like 5 or something, because most of them are just different versions of Street Fighter and JoJo's. A lot of revisionist history with Street Fighter 3. That game was not popular. There was such a long wait for it, and the game was disappointing in a lot of regards. But arcade owners especially were pissed because it was such a big step back in terms of characters and stuff. Well, CPS3 has 3 Street Fighter 3s. There's 2 JoJo's games. There's Warzard. That's basically it. A couple others I can't remember, but yeah. To put yourself in the shoes of a arcade owner buying new hardware when there's like much more cost-efficient stuff like CPS2 and Neo Geo were still going strong at that time. Much better value for your dollar. CPS3 had like barely any games, so I think people were expecting it to be like a big thing, but it wasn't. That's why they still kept making CPS2 games after it came out. Because that's what most arcade owners had. Does Diamond Flip work on this? Oh, there's like a million versions of this game. A lot of them are very different mechanically. A lot of them are very different mechanically. They have, it's a number of things. The Diamond Flip glitch is fixed. It's one of the things that people don't like about those versions. There's also Quick Drop in a bunch of the versions. Dreamcast, GBA one. The HD one is pretty good. You can still get that on Xbox. It's just the HD one tried to rebalance the game, and it kind of was like a Smash Melee kind of thing. This game was played competitively for a very long time, and they tried to like rebalance the game, and I played that game a lot. I was a heavy Puzzle Fighter player, both in the arcade lifespan and the HD one. Nobody played the balanced mode. Everybody just played the original one. So it's just trying to fix something that people are already too ingrained in already. But that version's not bad. That one's got a lot more stuff than this one does. It's just like, you know, if they put out like Melee, an HD version of that, and they like fix the bugs and stuff, nobody would play it, right? Because people have been playing it with the bugs. The bugs are basically features at this point. They tried to do that with the HD version of this, and it didn't go over well. Nobody liked it. People mostly just used it as a way to play the arcade game online. Because it had the original version with the original balance, and the Diamond Flip glitch was still there and everything. The Diamond Flip glitch became kind of like wave dashing in Melee, where it's like, it's a part of the game now, right? It's an old-ass, ancient game. Like, everybody that still plays it does that. It's just become accepted as part of the game. But when they did the HD version, they thought that people would like a rebalancing, and nobody did. The game was already like over a decade old at that point. This game was played competitively for a very long time. It still is. But you just kind of accept that this game is broken. It's kind of accepted it's broken. The balance is really bad, but it's still a really cool game. There's like not really much else like it. They thought that people would be like super excited for a rebalance. They weren't. Nobody was. Dan is in this game. Dan is the best and worst character simultaneously. He has a very interesting balance. He only drops red gems. He only drops red gems, but he gets a damage bonus. So, if you're good at building large combos, he's actually not a bad character. It's just, if you're dropping a lot of small combos, then he sucks. He's useless. Yeah, you can still buy the HD version. It has a lot more stuff than this does. It also has Quick Drop. People who play this game are very divisive on Quick Drop. I like it, but other people don't. Basically, the HD version has X-Dash mode, which tries to rebalance the game, but it takes out stuff that people are already really used to, so it wasn't widely liked. Chun sucks in this game. I know this isn't really a fighting game, but this is definitely Chun's worst incarnation. She is terrible in this game. I don't know what the most recent tier lists are, but she was always considered like the worst character. Her gem pattern is dreadful. It's really easy to recover from. You give the player too much trash. So unless you can kill them in one combo, she's garbage. Ryu is also really bad in this game too. This is probably Ryu's worst incarnation in anything. Ryu's been shit in a lot of games, but I think this is his worst outing. He is really bad in this game. One of the worst characters. The balance in this game is terrible, but it's still fun. It's fun for what it is. It's no different than Melee. Lots of garbage characters in Melee. People still like the game. It's not like really a disservice to it or anything. It's just play this, you just accept that the balance sucks, and like Akuma, for instance, has the best pattern, but when you play as him, he has a damage debuff. It's hard to recover from anything that Akuma throws at you, but he has a damage debuff. He can't do as much damage as the other characters. That's supposed to be his disadvantage for having such a strong Crash Gem pattern. There, he's dead. Ken, likewise, is he's a very weird top tier character for a video game. Ken sucks. Ken sucks if you drop small combos, because the first row is red. So he's actually no better than Dan. That's why I don't drop like a lot of. I try to not drop a lot of small combos with him, because you give the other player a lot of red. But if you can stack like at least a couple rows, it's hard to recover from. The balance in this game is pretty weird. I actually really like it. It's X-Men versus Street Fighter. Some of the bad characters are still good, some of them are really bad, but you could still win. It's just a matter of how much you can toss over to them. Chun-Li is terrible. She's like the worst character, I think. Ryu is pretty bad as well. Because Ryu drops columns, and they're all the same color. So if you build on the same side, one color, and then he drops stuff in a row in a column, then you get a lot of power gems. I should go get the HD version. There's like a million versions of this game, they're all very different. I tend to like the versions that have quick drop. This version does not. Trying to see if there's a site that lists all the differences. There's like, what, like a dozen different versions of this? I could probably do it, but I'm like only average at this game. I didn't play the mobile one, but the mobile one lasted like barely a year. The mobile one seemed like it was decent, but it died really fast. I don't know if a lot of people are aware. That's the latest version. Latest version was the mobile one done by the Dead Rising studio, but it lasted like barely a year. About what you would expect. I don't know how the balance was in that. It looked pretty cool. Yeah, it lasted a little over a year. It's sad.
Street Fighter 2 Anniversary Edition.
the extra mile with this. This is really cool. Look at this. You get like hitbox viewer and everything. That's really cool. This was worth 30 bucks. I don't mind buying ROMs if they're actually good versions. There's a lot of really cool stuff in this.
Red Earth.
No mercy. Attack. Level up. No mercy. Attack. Bonus game. Go.
I've never played this before, full disclosure. I was not lucky enough to go to an arcade that had this. A lot of the arcades went for SF3 instead, which didn't work in their favor, obviously. Yeah, I've never played this before. I've known of it, but I never played it. Oh. CPS3 was kind of just a waste of money until Third Strike came out. Then it was kind of worth it, but there were 2 other versions of the game before then that nobody really played.
No mercy. Attack. No mercy. Attack.
No, I don't really watch movies, dude. Don't care. I don't care. Are they on like the 15th Transformers movie now? Shia LaBeouf still in them?
No mercy. Attack.
I really don't watch movies. I don't watch TV. I don't have Netflix. I mostly just game for entertainment. Just... I don't know, watching... Normies spend more money on entertainment than we do, to be honest with you. Only watching stuff, being a normie that only watches stuff and doesn't, like, play games or anything is, like, crazy expensive now. Because there's like 15 streaming services and they all want, like, $10 a month out of you, if not more. Netflix is, like, 15. You can make an argument for, like, watching stuff being cheaper entertainment than stuff like this, back when everything was on Netflix, but now everybody has a streaming service. And if you have even any kind of taste at all, like, they all have one thing that you want, and then the other one has the other one. And gaming is actually cheaper, it's a better value now. It didn't used to be. When they had, like, everything on Netflix, that was... You had to just have infinite amount of stuff to watch for like one fee, but now there's like 30 streaming services. There's probably people out there that are complete normies spending more on streaming services than like somebody in a Steam sale. I'm sure there are. There's just way too many of them now. It used to be gaming was like the most like luxurious, frivolous, like entertainment kind of hobby thing you could be into, but now it's not anymore. It just depends on what you're trying to do with it. My neighbor that I take care of, she has like 3 streaming services. She's got to be paying like at least 50, 60 bucks a month, like just for all that every month. Whereas this is something you can buy and play forever. It's interesting how the tables have turned. It used to be people would look down on gaming. It's like, oh, it's so expensive and frivolous. I'm like, dude, have you seen the average person that only watches stuff like when they get home? They don't do gaming or any like really exotic hobbies or anything. That shit adds up, man. It's insane.
Perfect.
It's like there's HBO, there's Disney Plus, there's Discovery, there's Netflix, there's like all these other ones I don't even know. There's the one just for horror movies. It's an insane amount of money.
Bonus game. Go. No mercy. Attack.
Yeah, but how many good games come out? That's the thing. How many good games come out? Not many. We have like way more games than when we grew up with to choose from, but there's really still only a few for each respective type of game. There's only a good few beat-em-ups. There's a couple good first-person shooters, a couple good strategy games, puzzle games, and etc. And the rest are like worse objectively, so unless you have some insane need to play everything, there's really only a couple good games for every type. And there's a lot of battle royales too. Most of them can't even touch Fortnite, PUBG, or Warzone. They keep making them, but nobody plays them. They're not successful. It's a little bit overblown. There's more bad games coming out. The amount of good games coming out is higher, but I don't know. You can go without playing a lot of them. Why do you think people like me get review keys? Because they need people like me to to promote them, because there's so much garbage coming out. So many asset flips and shovelware and like battle royales that will die within like 2 months that like aren't even worth looking at. Like, there's a reason why I don't have a large channel. I'm a nobody, right? I only have like 10,000 subscribers, but I save a lot of money by doing keys. Well, that's just how things work. That's how things work. If somebody makes a good thing, and that specific type of thing, then everything else is going to be compared to it. And the thing about video games, especially online games, is that player base is a factor. So, another game could be better, but if there's nobody playing it, you know, online games, the problem is the player base is a big factor. You know, this has full rollback netcode. Obviously, it's not going to be popular. These are ancient games. But, you know, you can play them with your friends and stuff. It's not supposed to be like this serious competitive thing. It's not trying to be esports. You know? And when you try to put out something that's actually competitive, people tend to look at that stuff. They look at the player counts. That's what I'm saying with online games. There's the whole factor of how many people are actually playing. Which is why I think it's hilarious that they keep making battle royales. None of them are better than Fortnite, but that's the one that people are going to be playing. They're going to play PUBG, Fortnite, and Warzone. But they keep trying to make, like, FPS battle royales. It's like, you're not going to be able to pry people away from those games. It sucks, but that's just the reality of things. Nobody wants to play, like, dead games. That's why I mostly play single-player games. I've been burnt on too many fighting games. The player base dies too fast, and there's just, like, not really much else to do in them, so... I prefer single-player games a lot, or, like, stuff that's not competitive, just because I can play them at any time.
Attack.
It's even happening with beat-em-ups, like, you know, we just got Streets of Rage 4 and Fight Rage in the past couple years, right? There's a lot of other beat 'em ups that have come out, but they're way worse. And it's just like, realistically, I'm not gonna spend 20, 30 bucks or ask for a review key even for something that's worse than those games. Because those games have raised the bar. They've raised the standards. There's been a couple beat 'em ups that have come out. I'm like, this looks like trash. I'm sorry, but I'm not even interested in playing it. Like, I already have a better option. That's just the reality of things. It sucks, but that's just how things work. Something you just kind of have to accept. Well, Elden Ring is a single-player game. People play it and move on. That's what single-player games are. Really, the only games that keep relevance is stuff that gets updated constantly or is competitive. That's it. Even big, massive AAA stuff like Elden Ring. Elden Ring had more relevance for a longer time because it's a big game and it's a mainstream game and stuff, but for streaming and stuff like what I'm doing, pretty much anything that's not competitive will die. It'll stop being relevant in like 2 weeks. 2 weeks to a month, on average. It doesn't matter how big or small the game is. If it's bigger, of course, then it might last a little bit longer, but that's just how things work. DMC5 is kept alive by mods. Mods and a couple very passionate people that make content for it. The thing about Elden Ring as well is that they have the anti-cheat in there. Because people fucked up the other FromSoft games and had like arbitrary code execution and shit. So they had to put anti-cheat in there, and that makes it really hard to mod the game. It's a lot harder than a lot of the other FromSoft games. You can just mod whatever the hell you want. That hurts its relevancy too. The harder it is to mod something, even if it's single player, the less people are going to be making content for it. Versus like, you know, Isaac mods and stuff, DMC5 mods, Monster Hunter mods, Dragon's Dogma and stuff. Those are really easy to install. Elden Ring is in this weird spot where it's like mostly a single player game with some like minor multiplayer stuff that you can do, but it has anti-cheat because people started hacking other people's computers through FromSoft games, the earlier Souls games and stuff. So when Elden Ring came out, they had to put that in, and that makes it a lot harder to mod from what I've seen. Obviously, that game is a good game to mod because it has so much content and stuff, but it's harder, it's more annoying to do. The thing about Elden Ring as well is it's a fucking massive game, right? The longer a game is, the less likely people are to play it more than once. Like, look at Persona. Persona is really popular, right? But it's also like a 100-hour game, so I mean, people will move on faster from that. And something like this, which you can play in like half an hour and have fun, and it's not like this big, enriching, deep experience. It's fun to play. It's not a big time investment. The bigger games get, the less relevant they're going to be over time, just because it takes too long. Elden Ring is like dozens of hours long, casually. It might be a good game, it might be a big game, yes, but that hurts its replayability for the average person. Most functional adults don't have time to even play a 100-hour game like once. So obviously, if they do find the time and they like the game enough to do it, they're not going to come back. They're going to play something else. And that hurts the relevancy. There's going to be less people looking at it because the game is already so long and massive and kind of overwhelming to get through as it is. For a casual game, I'm not talking about speedruns. Elden Ring is like a 30-minute speedrun, I think. Like, average, normal person, that game is really big. That's part of why Battle Royales and stuff are popular, at least the ones that manage to break out at least, because you can play them for like an hour, you can get like 2 or 3 games in. You might play it a lot over a long period of time, but like, the actual session, you're making progress just playing a little bit, an hour or 2 a day, you can get a couple games in. That's one of the reasons why those games stay relevant. You can log on and just play for a little bit. It's not like this big undertaking like playing a Persona game or something, which is like 100 hours. Most functional adults are not going to be able to even get through that once, let alone twice. So that hurts the relevancy of stuff like that as well. Does it not remember my password? How do I, like, save on this? Less complicated on the real thing. No, put me back to level 1. Huh. Let me see if there's, like, a way to make that happen. Probably go back to that quick save later. That's cool. Well, thing about longer games as well is they tend to not stick the landing. I know Elden Ring has a lot of, despite how much budget it has, I've heard it has like palette swap bosses you fight like 4 times, and the enemy variety starts to like tank after a while because it's not realistic to make a big world like that and not repeat stuff. But you know, if you go and explore everything in that game, you're going to see a lot of the same stuff over and over and over. Whereas in a smaller game, you can make everything unique and not really repeat anything. And when you put that much time into beating something once, you're going to be more critical of it because it takes longer. You know, like a 6-hour DMC like God of War, old school God of War without all the cutscenes. You know, you can't be like that disappointed because, you know, you come into it expecting it's going to be over in less than 10 hours. But you get a lot of really cool set pieces and boss fights, and there's mechanics and stuff, and it's fun to replay, and it's like not this huge undertaking to do so. I find it hilarious that Persona games have a New Game Plus. I'm like, dude, most people can barely get through that game once. It's popular, yes, but I don't think most people will play a game like that more than once. You could play like a dozen smaller games in the time it would take you to play that a second time. Like, Persona has New Game Plus and fucking Star Ocean 6 does not. I find that to be hilariously depressing. Star Ocean is short and compact enough that you want a New Game Plus, but it's not there. And then Persona, of all things, has one. You could kill like a significant part of your backlog in the time it would take to beat Persona once. That has a New Game Plus. Star Ocean does not. Laughable. Shorter games get more viable when you get older. You don't have like the infinite time of a teenager or a kid. I like both. You know, I put like 400 hours into Neo 2. I have like 100 hours in Assault Spy. I do spend time on longer games, but I like short, compact ones as well. They're a lot less disappointing. I think I'll do like maybe one more game. I gotta take the computer in today, so I can't stay up much longer. I should probably get to bed, but I'll see if I feel like playing something. Let's see what I got on here. It's ready to go. Yeah, there are a lot of good games coming out, but really only a couple for each respective genre. Like right now, there's the new thing with indie games is making Vampire Survivors clones, and somehow, even though that game has barely any gameplay, a lot of them are like way worse than that game. There's a couple that are better, but a lot of them are still worse, so why would you play those? I mean, realistically, you have a good option, you have a couple good options, and there's other ones that are worse than those. There might be some things that are better, but, you know, the bigger ones are still the better experience. I look in the action roguelike section on Steam now, and it's like 90% Vampire Survivors clones. And it gets really annoying. I want like an actual game that I play, not just walk around in a circle with auto fire. But somehow, despite how simple that game's gameplay is, there's clones of it that are like way worse in every way. Somehow. Even something like that's distilled down to like what barely constitutes a game, playing a video game. Like, there's the options are still like worse than that in most ways. So when you think about that, it's like you think about more involved games, there's still like only a handful at best, that are like worth playing. The others all have something like seriously wrong with them that makes them worse. They might still be playable, but if you're short on time and money, you gotta go for the best stuff. That's just the reality of things. That's one reason why I'm not really relevant anymore, because I don't conform to the standards of content creation. I make stuff that I like to watch. I like minimally edited, raw, like high-level gameplay. And that's not really viable anymore. Everything's all about video essays and current events and stuff, and I don't really care about those things. I have the ability to make those. I can heavily edit a video. I've done it numerous times, but that's mostly what I watch. I don't really watch video essays or anything. I just want to see the game played decently. That's all I want. It's harder to find stuff like that now because it's not really something that the algorithm likes. But nah, speedrunning is not really popular either. There's a couple speedrunners that get popular, but actually streaming that stuff is pretty bad. It's very low viewership. It's not sustainable. The thing about speedrunning as a content creator as well is people expect you to play the game forever, which is not feasible to do forever. Because you get tired of playing the game, or the game gets optimized to the point where you can't really make progress anymore. But people who speedrun for a career and have channels like mine, they get burnt out really fast. And a lot of them do try to like branch out and play something else, but the viewership tanks. It's for me, it's like whatever. You know, I play stuff that's not popular. My PGR content does terribly. I don't really care. I enjoy playing it. I have stuff that I play that does well, but I don't like to just let the channel die while I'm waiting for the next big game to come out. I like to keep playing stuff, so I like to upload every day so that there's something for you guys to watch. But I'm fully aware, you know, I play like PGR Otherworld Legends. Nobody's going to watch. And going back to what I said earlier, there's like 2 or 3 like really good PGR channels. Everybody's going to go there. They have the better accounts than I do. They heavily edit. They meticulously edit their stuff. And their content is very good. I watch their content. But it's like, nobody's going to go to my channel to watch those games. To watch that game, right? They're going to go to those channels. They're not going to go to mine. And I fully accept that. That's just a reality of the situation. But I enjoy playing it. I don't play everything on here just to make money. You know, it's just whatever I like playing at the time. Punishing Grey Raven. I play it every day. It's like one of my most played games this year, probably. No, thing about Call of Duty and Apex is that it's just clicking at heads, right? There's not really a whole lot else that you can do. And like, Call of Duty especially is not a hero shooter, right? I mean, new Call of Duties are still you're just a generic guy. I feel like hero shooters probably are more interesting content-wise, because you can have specialists for the heroes, the characters, like you can with a fighting game. Like Call of Duty and Halo and stuff, like everybody is the same, right? The gun loadout and the perk loadout is like the only main differences, so it's going to be really hard to stand out. The game doesn't really have a lot of room for player expression, because you're just a generic bald Marine. You're just a generic Marine with a gun. They kind of removed a lot of the cool stuff from Call of Duty, like the powers and the air dashes and shit. I feel like it was more interesting back then, but yeah, Call of Duty is probably really boring to make content for. That's because the way that the game is designed, you can't really play it a really unique way. You can be better than other people, yes, but not a lot of identity there when everybody is the same character with different loadouts. Now, there are people that got popular playing Overwatch. They would just play like one character, and they would get like really popular for being a specialist with that character, which is what happens with fighting games as well. Like hero FPSs are probably better for content than something like Call of Duty, where everybody is basically playing the same character. They just have slightly different ways that they play it, but not to the point where you can get known for being really good at playing it. You're just gonna kind of fall into obscurity really fast. Well, Apex at least has hero characters and stuff, actual characters that you play as, so that helps that game's case, I think. I don't know, I think they're all dreadfully boring, but I know enough about games to know, like, why certain ones die, or why, at least for, like, creating content, why some of them don't go far. Just because you can't really be a specialist when every character is the same. Let's see. Hey, I'll play like one more game or something. I'm probably gonna go to bed. I'm just thinking about what. Hey, peace out, man. Thanks for stopping by, boss. I forgot to change scenes. Sorry. One moment. Forgot I'm on the console scene. Here you go.
Get lost. I warned you, asshole. scumbags on his way to you. You! Stay there! Came to the wrong place, pal. Come on, speed this up. I don't want to be late. Who in the fuck? How the fuck you get in here? Not so tough after all.
A little rusty. We'll try again.
Get lost. I warned you, asshole.
Yes.
Hey, how'd you get in here? Open it! Open up! Man! on his way to you. You! Stay there! Stop him, for fuck's sake! Speed this up. I don't want to be like, who in the fuck are you? How the fuck you get in here? That can't be possible! Insane!
You're sure about that?
You'll regret that. No way!
Boss said nobody gets through.
All right, let's go.
Kamen Rider, just cold-blooded murderer. I love it. Yeah, this is good game to mod, because you can just put, like, Shrek in here. Shrek can just be, like, a martial arts master. Underrated meme game. Just make, like, Shrek or CJ from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas just become, like, Kung Fu masters. Very good game. There's actually supposed to be another update for that soon. Very excited. Anyway, that's going to be it for tonight, folks. If things go well, I will be upgrading my computer today, so that is very exciting. Pretty much be good to play anything that's not Callisto Protocol optimized for the next couple years. So, very big thing. I'll be paying it off probably until like March or something at this rate, but it's something that needs to be done. So, if that does happen, I probably won't have a computer for a few days. So, we'll see what happens there. I can still stream from the phone. I should probably load up some games tonight or something. Well, I got enough games on there already as it is, so we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching. You can check my community post or my Discord for what's going on with the computer. They're going to have to replace the motherboard. The motherboard, the processor, and the RAM are being replaced. Everything else is staying the same. So I probably will have to reinstall Windows. I'm not quite sure, but we'll see what happens. I'll see you guys later. It was fun tonight. Sorry I didn't play much River City Girls, but that game is in just a trash state right now. I'm not gonna lie. It's in a really bad state, so hopefully I will get a review key. If I do, then probably play it at the game center or something. I'll probably spend a lot of time there on my computers in the shop, but yeah, content the next couple days is going to be minimal at best. So thanks for understanding. I'll see you guys later. Check the community posts in the Discord. I'll be making announcements on what's going on.